On many occasions, I have doggedly maintained that the fundamental reality and the ground of all being, the source of all experience, is pure consciousness. That is undifferentiated consciousness, which has no form. If you ask anyone, has anyone seen an entity called consciousness? The answer is no, because it has no form. Okay. And because it has no form, it is, as I've always said, borderless, infinite, spaceless, timeless, irreducible, fundamental, and without cause. Cause only applies to events in space and time. Okay, cause effect is only applicable to events in space and time. But if consciousness is without cause, then it is not in space time. Okay, space time are experiences in consciousness. And they're not direct experiences, by the way. You have never seen space. You infer space because of the objects contained in space, but you don't actually see space because it's invisible. Nor have you ever seen time because it's a construct, and time is a construct in space time. So, how does the causeless, timeless, spaceless appear as all this, which contains you, which contains me, which contains all sentient beings, all modes of knowing, and infinite entities known? How does this happen? And this happens because consciousness modifies itself into perception first. And that perception includes raw experiences like colors, shapes, forms. So the shapeless becomes shape, the formless becomes form, the soundless becomes sound, the timeless becomes time, the tasteless becomes taste, the odorless becomes odor, the textureless becomes texture, the invisible becomes visible, the non-tangible becomes tangible, and this collection then creates the theater of space-time and causality. Put simply, time is the movement of thought that separates the observer from the observed, and space is also the movement of consciousness's perception, which separates the observer from the observed. All artificial, temporary, ephemeral, ungraspable, because the theater of space-time and causality is also changing all the time. All the knowers are changing, the modes of knowing are changing, and the theater is changing. So, pure consciousness is the essence of existence, a timeless, formless field that encompasses infinite possibilities of experience, superposition of possibilities of experience, superposition of knowers, modes of knowing, and all things known, much like the quantum field, which exists as a superposition of possibilities for space-time events or particles. So, the ability of consciousness to modify itself as perception and cognition gives rise to the dynamic theater of space-time and causality that shapes our everyday experiences. While this theater appears diverse and fragmented, it is ultimately grounded in the unity of pure consciousness. Recognizing this unity has profound implications for how we understand ourselves and our relationship to reality, because we are that reality. By transcending the illusion of separation and limitation, we begin to understand and glimpse the infinite potential inherent in pure consciousness, a potential that lies at the heart of all existence, and fundamentally, that is the real you. Okay, so pure consciousness is modulating itself into perceptions of sound, texture, taste, smell, and also modifying itself through interpretation of that as spacetime and causality. And that is the theater you find yourself, not yourself, your body and mind in yourself is projecting the whole thing, mind, body, and the universe, and entangled with other minds and their bodies and their experiences of the universe. And ultimately, that is pure love, pure knowing, pure evolution, and the purity out of which all experience emerges. Infinite knowers, infinite modes of knowing, and infinite objects known. So, from this perspective, space-time and causality are illusions, temporary modifications that serve to organize experience for individual observers. They create the appearance of separation between knowers, subjects, modes of knowing, processes, and objects, entities being known. However, this separation is ultimately illusory because all aspects of experience arise from the same unified field, which is you, Aham Brahmasmi, Brahmand, Brahman. Let me know if this was helpful, and if it was, because this is ultimate freedom, to know that you're the creator of the universe. So also feel free to share it with others. Thank you.